was threatening them via text message that there was X amount of dollars that he wanted, or he was going to take this thing public. I think we have that clip. Let's play.
So the number one things he's saying, the conservatorship versus the adoption. I know you talked a little bit about Kevin. Like, what is your take on that's the main claim, right? And pretty recent, as February 2023 is when Michael says he realized the difference and what it meant. Like, what did you...
But wait, even before you answer that, if you're saying this is like there's been multiple lawsuits regarding this conservatorship?
Not against the family specifically, but to the movie companies and all that kind of stuff. I believe this is not the first.
Got it. Okay.
Go around.
So he had issues, was suing other entities, then finds out that he wasn't technically adopted, but it's a conservatorship, and that's when he puts you guys in the crosshairs.
Again, I don't want to speak to things here. Well, I'm gonna preface in case someone says this freaking guy I'm not listening to him anymore. I'm gonna preface by saying that I love Mike at 16. I love Mike at now he's 16 and a half years old, 37. And I love him at 67. So there's not going to be any legal dossier or thing that happens that's going to make me go like screw that guy. It's not the case. I'll be mad at him. But to your initial point, no. I mean, if he said he learned that in February, I find that hard to believe. I went back to my text today to look at. I was curious today randomly to go back to look at our family group text and text to see what things had been said, and there were things back in 2020, 2021 that were like, if you guys give me this much, then I won't go public with things, and so I don't know if that's true. I think everyone learned in the past year about the conservatorship stuff because of Britney Spears, so maybe that's the case, but it doesn't.
That's my point. The whole Britney Spears and the use of the word conservatorship, it created an opportunity for Michael to throw that out there and to pretend like he was exploited. Again, this man has been in control of his own life and own decision making pretty much since he was 3 or 4 years old. Go read his book. He went to school when he wanted. He ran away from homes when he wanted. He lived with his mama when he wanted. He went from house to house to house to house to house. When he didn't want to take Jimmy Sexton as an agent, he made that decision. There's no allegations here that they were negotiating his NFL contracts and bilking him out of money. This family is independently wealthy. This is one of the most despicable stories I've ever seen. It's sad all the way around. This man is clearly broken, needs major counseling, and I look at it and it just hammers home just how complicated and how negative we've made racial things here in America. If social media over the last 10 to 12 years hadn't changed the racial dynamic, and Michael Oher didn't realize I can basically blast this white family and try to bilk them out of money, and social media is going to make the media back me up. Hey, I've seen Colin Kaepernick use this tactic employ. He goes after his adopted white parents, and the media sells it, and no one pushes back. Bubba Wallace gets to say, hey, they hung a noose in my garage and threatened to assassinate me. No one questions it. Everybody just goes along with it. Michael Oher sitting around, I think perhaps financially broken or not living the life that he wants to live. Say, that white family that showed me a lot of love when I was a young boy and no one in my entire family neglected me. Hey, they got a bunch of money and they seem happy, and Mrs. Tuohy's brand is really strong, and that movie was good to her. The movie, didn't portray me the way that I wanted to be portrayed. Trust me, if they ever make a movie about me, I'll complain and say, hey man, why don't y'all make me 50, 60 pounds lighter? I'm not that fat. Despicable. I'm going to bring on, Shamika Michelle's got some insight into this. I'm going to bring her on. TJ Moe has some insight, a story about Dorial Green Beckham, the number one wide receiver in the country a few years ago that committed to Mizzou from a similar background as Michael Orr, and he'll share how that turned out at Mizzou. Before we get to them, I want to tell you guys about my Patriot mobile phone that I probably now had for 6 months. Every day we hear about another familiar brand selling out their customers and going woke. You ain't got to worry about that with Patriot Mobile. We talked about it last week. We talk about it all on the show, about all these global corporations and all these big companies. They're all in on this ESG crap. They're all in on this diversity, equity, inclusion. They're all in on the woke